Welcome back to Cooking with Mr. Ware, No Knead Bread Day 2. Today, Mrs. Ware is going to be showing you how to shape your loaf and bake your loaf. The first thing we need to do on day 2 is preheat our oven, but we also need to preheat a pot that we're gonna bake the bread in the oven. So you can use any style of pot that is oven safe that has a lid. You can use a camping Dutch oven. What I use is this cast iron enameled Dutch oven. Or if you don't have either of those options, you can use any oven safe pot and put a cookie sheet or a pizza stone on top to be a lid. So we're gonna bake at 450 degrees. All right, and put our Dutch oven in the oven. Okay, so we let that preheat for about 20 minutes. We can either wait till it's preheated or we can start shaping the loaf right now. To start shaping your loaf, you flour your work surface, and then we're gonna pour out our dough. So scoop it out of your bowl. If it sticks to your fingers too much, you can try getting them a little bit wet. Sometimes that helps, but we're just gonna plop it out onto our floured work surface. All right. Our next step is we're gonna kind of take it, kind of maybe spread it around a little bit, and we're gonna kind of fold it up like we are wrapping up a present. Just kind of pulling edges to the middle. And then you flip it over and start turning and tucking. Just turn and kind of tuck, and turn and tuck, and just kind of make, you can even pick it up and kind of make the top kind of nice and smooth and push everything else underneath to the middle. So this ball of dough is not gonna be super firm. It's gonna be pretty gloopy. It's not really gonna like hold a distinct shape, but it's good enough. It'll be just fine when you're cooking it. The next step, which is kind of an optional step, is you can slash the top of the loaf. The bread is going to expand when you bake it, and so if you slash it, you kind of give the bread a place to expand, but if you don't slash it, it'll just kind of expand on its own and you can be surprised. But I kind of like to slash it because I think it's kind of fun to cut the bread and see what it looks like when you cut the dough. You can do 3 diagonal slashes, you can make kind of a little star, or really whatever you want. I kind of like the 3 diagonal slashes look. So you kind of have your little loaf here with our cute little slashes on top. Then we are going to put it into our preheated pot inside of our preheated oven. Now that the oven's preheated and your loaf is formed, it's time to put the loaf in the pot. So we're going to open up our oven. Make sure you got your hot pad because this is gonna be flaming hot. Take off the lid and grab your loaf. Don't worry if it kind of sticks to the counter or is a little floppy. And plop it in your pot. Try not to burn yourself or touch anything because, again, it's very hot. Then we're gonna put the lid back on, close everything up, and set a timer for 30 minutes. Now we wait for 30 minutes. Now that our timer is done, it's time to take off the lid. All right. So we'll just take it off and set it up here. Oh baby, that's looking good. Okay, so now we close it up and give it about another 10 to 15 minutes. gotta check to see if it is done, and oh baby, baby, that looks delicious. Okay, oh my gosh, yes, I want to eat that. Okay, so we're gonna let it cool down in the oven, so we'll turn off the oven, take out our pot, and then take the loaf out and just set it on the rack in the oven. And then we're gonna leave our door either open. If your oven has a thing where it can stay open, you can leave it open like that. Or if it doesn't stay open on its own, you can close like a wooden utensil in there to keep it open a little bit. This will let the bread cool down slowly and you'll get an even nicer, crispier crust. Now that your bread has been cooling down for at least an hour, we can take it out and cut it. Oh yeah, listen to that. That's what good bread sounds like. Usually with a regular loaf of bread, nobody wants the edge piece, but with this bread, the edge pieces are the most desirable. Look at that open structure with lots of big holes in it. This is a good loaf. You can eat this bread with whatever you like to have on your bread, or you can just eat it plain. It would be delicious in a sandwich. It would be delicious dipped in some oil and balsamic vinegar with some herbs and salt and pepper. Whatever you do, however you decide to dress your bread, enjoy it. I know I will.